On Monday, June 13th, the national average of a regular gallon of gas hit $5 a gallon for the first time ever, according to AAA's reading. This latest record marks the 15th day in a row that the national gas average has hit a record high, as gas prices have been rising steadily for the past 8 weeks. With the summer travel season kicking off, the war in Ukraine, and inflation abroad, gas prices look to continue to rise in the future, and we could eventually see a national average of $6 a gallon. What's up, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Politics, where I read 3 current event articles from media sources left, right, and center and give my thoughts on them. This is because people today tend to get their news from one media source. It's pretty annoying, and it makes you look stupid. Today, I'll be talking about gas prices in the United States. First today is Fox. Well, today, it's not really an article, but it is a snippet of a Sean Hannity rant from June 13th that is on Fox, titled as Sean Hannity. Biden is doing exactly what he promised with the fossil fuel industry. Mr. Hannity, how we doing, big dog? This snippet of speech was largely an attack on Biden, blaming him entirely for the price of gas at the moment. Hannity continuously talked about Biden hiding in his basement, but a few fair points were made in this snippet of speech. Hannity first points out that Biden openly stated 2 years ago on the campaign trail that he was a climate warrior and promised to move away from fossil fuels. Hannity went so far as to say that Biden did not even care if some of his policies caused the American people deep financial pain. Hannity goes on to explain that when you lower the world supply of the lifeblood of our economy, oil and gas, at the same time that demand is rising, it will raise prices. Economics 101. Hannity cites Biden's canceling of the Keystone XL pipeline, his restrictions on fracking, and his pausing of oil and gas permits on federal land as reasons for why domestic supply is down. But the Washington Post, right here, shows that in Biden's first year, he approved more oil and gas permits than Trump did in his first 3 years. Next up is an article from ABC titled, Biden Sends Letter to Oil Refiners Blasting High Profits Amid Record Gas Prices. How we doing, Mr. Stephanopoulos? This article states that this past Wednesday, Biden sent a letter to the 7 major oil refiners in which he was critical of them for their record profits in the middle of the war in Ukraine and record gas prices here at home. These 7 companies were Marathon, Valero, Exxon, Phillips 66, Chevron, BP, and Shell. In Biden's letter, he informs these oil companies that he has informed his Energy Secretary, Jennifer Granholm, to convene an emergency meeting with company executives. Biden acknowledges that Putin's war in Ukraine is the main cause for the oil price rises, but he also cites historically high profit margins which have tripled this year and are at their highest levels ever recorded. Secretary Granholm even states that it is possible a 21% surtax on excess profits from oil companies can be placed if they don't control these prices. On episode 2 is an article from NPR. Leave a comment, I'm open to a good argument.